All right. My name is Joshua Ben David. This is the second in a series of ongoing podcasts concerning what was shown to me about the west coast of Canada and the United States back in February of 1988. And just prior to moving into the first vision, sometimes you get what's called a pre-vision, and kind of sets the stage. And just before I found myself in the first vision, I was back at a camp meeting at a summer camp revival under where David Terrel was ministering. He's a prophet of God. Been under his ministry for a number of years. And anyway, it was there that in the visions I was back in Texas, and it seems that I had my wife with me. I'm not married, but I was married at the time, and I was back in Texas. I just made it to I think it might have been a day later or something like that, coming, having to leave Canada and get way down south there. But I remember being in line, in prayer line, and there's a long line up, and anyway my turn came, and the man of God came, and it looked like God already spoke to him, and he said, "Stay there." And he went in the back part of the sanctuary, and he came out, and he gave me this bundle of clothes. It's actually one of his black suits and pants and shirt and shoes and socks, the whole 9 yards. And he said, "Go in the back room there, take off your clothes and put these on, and just leave your old clothes there." So I did that, and I came back out, and he said, "Stay there." And he went and he picked up one of his favorite staffs. He came around and he placed it in my right hand, and then there's things that were happening in the spirit, and basically he said, by the word of the Lord, he said, "It's imperative for you to return to your own country within the next 24 hours. And David Terrel, he looked at the people and says, "Well, I need $1,000 for this guy." There might have been a couple $1,000 that he asked the people for, so that one of his ministers could take me to the Dallas airport. And from Dallas I flew to Seattle. And the next morning is where the visions actually took place. And I found myself boarding the Port Angeles ferry, heading for Victoria, and that was exactly at 5 o'clock in the morning. It was just getting light, and the sun was just breaking the horizon, and yet the water had ice crystals on it. It seemed like the springtime of the year, yet it was very cold in the morning, and it was 5 o'clock, and then I was walking more than just in my natural senses. I also was experiencing the fullness of the spiritual senses at the same time, and it's hard to explain this being in the natural unless you've been there. You just know things, and you're able to read people's emails. It's not you, but it's the Spirit of God in you, and Jesus walked the same way. He knew people's hearts. And anyway, I remember getting on board the ferry. This is the beginning of the first vision, and just got on the back part. There might have been 30 or 40 people that were there in the back part. They all left. They couldn't handle the presence of the Lord in me. You've seen this strange guy dressed up in this black suit carrying a staff. What's all this, right? But I knew that I was walking in a power that wasn't my own, and that the fear of the Lord was all over me. And anyway, the second part has to do where the ferry gets into Victoria on Vancouver Island, and I'll leave that for the third part.